are live. Sorry, it was over on the Hank Strange Show. Check them out on Rumble. Who Moved My Freedom podcast on Rumble. If you don't know who I am, my name is John Crump, and I am a reporter. And I bring you the latest in politics and also news. Today, we're going to be talking about both because Janine Pirro, a member of the Justice Department, she is the AUSA for DC. She had something interesting to say about gun rights on Fox News. This all happened because of what's going on in Minnesota and stuff like that. So she is laying her foot down and she made some very like controversial takes on the Second Amendment. So we are gonna go ahead and watch exactly what she said. So here we go. Maybe let me just find it here. Here it is. So I really want to get your guys' opinion on what you think about this. All right. So let's go ahead and play this.
You bring a gun into the
It might be a little bit low. So let me see. Oh. Let me know if you can hear this or if I need to. I don't know. You might just have to deal with it.
You bring a gun into the district, you mark my words, you're going to jail. I don't care if you have a license in another district, and I don't care if you're a law-abiding gun owner somewhere else. You bring a gun into this district, count on going to jail, and hope you get the gun back. You bring a gun into the district, you mark.
All right, guys. So you saw it right there. Basically, she's saying that if you're a law-abiding citizen and the only crime you're committing is carrying a gun, even if you have a concealed carry permit and you go into DC, you're going to jail. Even if you do not violate the law, if you're a law-abiding citizen, she is going to make sure that you go to jail, and she's going to make sure it's going to be a really, really hard time getting your gun back. This is supposed to be the most pro 2A DOJ ever, and yet they keep on doing things like this with Bondi and all her anti 2A stuff. And then we have the DOJ fighting against fighting for an unconstitutional law, even though they say they have a duty to defend that law. I just want to remind them there is no duty to defend a unconstitutional law. The unconstitutional law, what I'm talking about, is the NFA tax on, or an NFA non-tax, the NFA registration on SBRs, SBSs, and suppressors, which is illegal under the Constitution because a tax has to have a revenue generating purpose, and it does not. So this is Pirro, Judge Janine, stating that she's going to put you in jail if you enter DC, even with a permit to carry a firearm, and you don't have if you enter DC with a gun. DC, the last time I checked, is part of the United States of America and therefore must obey by the United States Constitution. In the United States Constitution, we have something called the Second Amendment. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it or not, but the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. It's effing ridiculous for her to even say this. Now, this is the question I have for you. Do you think that she's going to walk it back and try to change her stance, or is she going to double down? Because it's going to be interesting to see what she does. Is she going to claim that she misspoke and she didn't say what she said? Or we're just taking it the wrong way, that she said she doesn't care if you're a law-abiding citizen, that if you bring a gun to DC, you're going to go to jail even if you have a permit. I'm not sure. Another question is, she was so pro 2A before, but now she doesn't seem like she's pro 2A. is she letting the New York self show through, or is she changing her stance on the pro gun issue after pro gun people pit her where she is? Only time will tell who is going to challenge this as well. Lightning Scott says they ignore the Supreme Court and the Constitution. They absolutely do that as well. It's just ridiculous. She's a typical rhino populist. You might exactly be right. One of the things that I think needs to happen is she needs to be called into the Oval Office to explain herself. If Trump doesn't do that and demand her apology to the gun owning public of the United States, I believe Trump is just as complacent in not defending the Second Amendment as she is. The Second Amendment does not end at a border. The Second Amendment is the right to carry a firearm. It's not given to us by the Constitution. It's not given to us by the government. It is an inalienable right. The Constitution is put there to put limitations on the government, to tell the government not to interfere with our God given right. And I think that she needs to be reminded of this. She is a lawyer and she should know the Constitution, but also Pam Bondi should know the Constitution, especially Madison versus Mulberry, where it says, like laws can be ignored if they're repugnant of the Constitution, such as the registration under the NFA. So, yeah. All right, guys. That is it. Just wanted to make a quick video because I am really, really fired up about this video, and I think that she needs to be called out on this because this is not right. It is not correct, and she needs to be corrected, and she needs to apologize to every single gun owner in America for equating legal firearms ownership and legal carrying of firearms as a crime. She even says she doesn't care if you're a law-abiding citizen. You should not be able to bring a gun into DC, even with a permit, which is absolutely dumb and ridiculous. I hope she gets her head screwed on right, and I hope she comes out and apologizes. But for some reason, I doubt that she will. All right, guys. That's it. There's tons of ways you can support the channel down below. I also do have a locals. I don't really post my locals too much, but I do have a locals, and you can visit that. You can use code Wolverine to get 1 month free. So go ahead and do that. If you would do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe, share this video out so everyone can see it. And with that, we are out of here. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.